Hello, hello, hello. I'm Jinx, and this is part 5 of GrimmDark Humblewood Adventure, where some gals and I play D&D 5th edition as animal friends. These are pre-recorded into 2-ish hour segments for your enjoyment, and frees me up to also hang out in the chat, which is kind of fun. You get to say some side notes and whatnot, and whatever. In that note, if you enjoy the content and can spare $1 or more, please consider going to the website listed here. You can also send tips to PayPal or Venmo at jinxdances@gmail.com. Either way, those will... Oops, sorry about that. And so, yeah, also on that, so these tips will help me bring better content to you guys, and then we can continue working on from there. On that note, I already kind of spruced up some stuff with some title pages, but I also did a typo, so please ignore the part 4. This is part 5. I did not have time to change that because it takes a few hours to export the video, and I realized it just a little over an hour before this. So in any event, this is for real part 5. Last we left off our adventure party, we're entering a mound. So let's find out what happens next.
Oh boy.
Later. Please don't murder us today.
Kind and benevolent DM.
I make no promises. All right. So when last we left our heroes, they had murdered a unicorn in cold blood, tried to steal its blood, and been thwarted when the corpse dissolved in the rays of sunlight that morning.
I totally forgot.
Leaving the mountain, upon leaving Maro's farm, Berkeley's horn tugged them in the direction of success. Approaching the mound of the late Sir Chide, our heroes, disrupted what was surely a dark, nefarious ritual by the cult of one who reaches, and slay the writhing stag. In a great display of strength, Beatrice hurled the stone, covering the mound aside, opening the mound for perhaps the first time in decades. Our party benevolently our party stands enraptured outside the mound. So to reorient you a bit to the mound itself, the mound stands in a small clearing in a forested glade. A odd toad is still hopping around. Every once in a while you hear the mutterings of
"Oh, my toad friend!"
as it hops and skips around. It is eerily silent. You can smell the dank, stifling, stale air from inside the stairs, and it mingles in a rather unpleasant way with the almost sickly sweet smell of the flowering vines, almost like roses, that have encircled the entrance. You notice on the stairs, this was at the very end of your last session, you notice that there were these scrapings along the stone of the steps, as if something heavy had been dragged up or down. Other than that, the way is clear. It is dank. The ceiling is wet. The walls glisten with moisture. And you are alone with steps descending 20 feet into darkness. Rumblings have subsided, and it orients towards the mound. but is otherwise rather well behaved.
Oh, my God, tears leaking out of my eyes.
If you were to anthropomorphize it further, you'd say that it has finally been satisfied.
All right, well, who's ready to go muff diving? I mean, cave diving. Let's do it.
For Lunkin.
Okay. Yeah. So Berkeley will pick up the horn that has fallen and is, I guess, like
Is it rather limp?
it's rather stiff.
Acid?
It's still in that stiff phase, and kind of like tucks it under their arm with like the pointy part out, and just kind of like is ready to follow whomever wants to go in first.
I guess Beatrice goes first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, meat shield.
I'm squishy, y'all. I'm not ready to die.
I'll just
So
take a step back
Beatrice
here.
goes
Thank
first. The hall is fairly narrow, so you will be going down those steps single file. So after Beatrice, who's gonna follow after her?
I'll go.
Then Blue. All right.
I like.
Sorry. I'll be at the back of the.
After Blue, or yeah, Blue.
All right. I am just making sure we're all in our proper order here.
I've yawned like 6
That was a big yawn.
I know.
I
Big
split
yawn.
my screen on my iPad and I can't unsplit it. It's super annoying.
Oh,
All right, I'm just checking one final thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, 1 second. I need to read. So one thing that I've noticed with the dynamic lighting on here
Mhm.
is that every once in a while it glitches out and everything goes black.
Oh.
And what's been reliably fixing that for me is just a quick F5.
Okay.
Cool.
So I'm just going to make sure that that's reset. So you're going to have a hard time seeing
Okay.
Mr. Blind Guy.
Me.
Make sure I do not have
Me.
dark vision.
Oh, it is very, very dark. Hey, can you guys see anything in here?
I mean, I have a. Do you have a torch? I have one. If you don't,
Maybe.
but
I
maybe
have
we also don't necessarily want to.
Yeah.
Depends.
I was gonna say you can hold on to my tail.
Thank you.
And I like
Really, it's very
take out
nice.
my little tail and I like put it out for Gerald Pancakes to grab onto.
With what? The way.
Another
How
arm.
about what if I crawl onto Gerald Pancake's shoulders and can kind of guide him that
God.
way? Because otherwise, like trying to wrap a wing around.
Continues to stink with that kind of damp muskness, but you're slowly having your nostrils get deadened to it. Beatrice, about 20 feet down, the light from the entrance, just the sunlight spinning out, it starts to dissipate. And you notice that the room opens up into a small, about 15-foot square room with little displays in the corner. There's a door straight ahead of you, made of heavy stone, and then 2 open hallways, one on the left and one on the right. You should be able to freely move.
I remember how to do that.
Are you sure? I can't see anything. I guess I could move, but I think I'd run into stuff.
I got you, my dude.
Yay.
All
It's
right,
not-
let's see.
It does not like me very much.
So Gerald Pancake should be able to see about like 15 feet ahead of himself.
Oh, it's still black.
Is it just pancakes and blackness, or do you see like other icons?
Oh, wait, I needed to scroll down.
Yeah, it took me a sec to
Yeah,
find
we do
it.
So Beatrice, as you enter, you notice that the items on the pedestal start to rumble and shake. So what's particularly odd about these, so the objects, there are 4 items, 1 in each corner. They're all about a foot tall. And these items are a silver crucifix, a wooden statue of a cherub, a holy book, and a rather intimidatingly large candle. Like it's a thicker candle than it should be. There's something not right with this candle.
This big boy.
So they begin to shake and quiver,
Got that big wick energy.
and then as indeed. And as our remaining friends enter the room, they float into the air
Uh-oh.
and they start to talk.
Wait,
Brigands!
wait, us or the items?
The items.
Oh, okay.
They
we
float
see
into the air. Yeah, you see this.
Okay.
Brigands! How dare you defile the tomb? We know of your chaotic, unruly nature. We know the things you've done. Blasphemers!
Yeah, that's me.
Everyone, please roll initiative.
Oh,
Da-da-na-na.
Wait.
Da-da-da.
Am I supposed to be able to see the room now?
Is Gerald Pancakes supposed to?
Yeah.
Gerald Pancakes has now gone past the point where the light from the entrance can reach. So you are now in pretty bleak darkness. You would
Okay.
need a light source.
Gotcha. So rolling initiative, I push the red circle and then D20? Trying to
So
remember.
you'll select your token, and then in your character sheet, at the top around the center, you'll see initiative. And if you click the word initiative, it should auto roll for you. So
Initiative.
let me make sure turn order is there.
I never roll well for initiative.
Oh,
I
one
rolled too
second.
well, and I don't want to.
All right, I'm gonna ask you to do that one more time since it doubled it up on me. Sorry.
All
Okay.
of us?
It's
Oh,
doing
that
the-
All right, there we
the-
go.
That was worse.
Mm.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm getting the spinning wheel of death if you'd like to roll for me, DM.
Thank God.
Oh,
Not very what's the word?
Did your laptop adapter end up not
It's a little
working things?
foreboding. Well, I was just on my iPad so it was easier.
But
But maybe I should switch to my laptop.
so your laptop is living again?
It is living again.
Yay!
It's alive.
Well, all of the inanimate objects rolled really poorly.
So did I.
The inanimate objects are getting rolled right now.
Oh, okay, that's why they're at 0.
Are we
Okay.
gonna have to-
It was wrong for you to hope.
It was wrong for me to hope.
Okay, the crucifix is not on its A game.
Good.
There's a joke there somewhere.
Okay,
I haven't
that's
figured it
perfect.
out yet.
Yeah, it's like something about it isn't risen yet, or
So the candle moves towards Beatrice.
Oh no.
All right, let me open this up real quick. So the candle flies down and attempts to burn Beatrice. Does a 10 hit?
Very rude.
Yeah, I can't see my sheet.
All right, I can check your sheet.
Sorry.
All right, your
I know
armored
I'm
class
the one with the
Beatrice is
technical-
14.
So
Your
just-
armored class is 14, so it does not hit.
Aha.
The candle sweeps down, and you just kind of tilt your head to the side, and it goes whoosh right past you. You are unfazed.
Sweet.
Takes a bigger candle than that to light my fire.
Huh.
The book lurches off of its pedestal, and it comes at Blue. And it acts almost like a if you knew what a Pac-Man was in universe, you would think of it immediately. Like the cover is kind of snapping, and it swings down at Blue. Ooh, and that definitely connects.
Oh no.
So
Oh, no.
Blue,
Mhm.
Blue, you're gonna take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Uh-oh.
But Blue, the book kind of snaps at you, and then it hovers in midair. And with that, it moves to your turn. So Blue, what would you like to do? You've just been bitten by a book.
Man, I wish we had a torch. Okay. I'm gonna whack it. Fuck you.
All right.
Ooh.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ugh.
All right. So you hit the book. Your short sword thwacks into it. Now it's got some pretty hardcore thick binding. So the book kind of shudders for a second, and you see a few pages drop out, and it goes, "Insolent wench!
You whacked me
Is there
first.
anything else that you'd like to do?"
You whacked me first. You whack.
And that'll be it.
All right. The statue moves forward, and it's going to try to basically ram itself like a battering ram into poor Beatrice's face. And oh man, it just can't do it. It swings forward, and she just slaps it aside like it's nothing. Gerald Pancake, you are in a dark, moist pit, and your friends are screaming as they're attacked by books.
Oh, geez. Oh no.
What would you like to do?
Well, I can't see. What's the likelihood of me being able to touch one of the bad guys?
So you are you have a tiny statue next to you, and then you also have 3 large friends next to you.
Can I
So
somehow innately tell which one's a statue?
I think that would be very difficult. If only there was something in your pack that you could perhaps light up to see.
Do I have a candle? Oh, I think I have a candle. Wait, let me check. Where'd my pack go? Got a bagpipe.
I'm just imagining Pancakes like rummaging in his bag.
Yes,
No,
I'm
God,
currently
I
rummaging.
got a stick of gum. I gotta.
I have a candle. I want to light my candle, please.
Nice.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
Does that count as an action?
So let me double check. I'm pretty sure using an item counts as an action.
Okay.
Just triple checking.
Yeah.
Okay. So taking out, I'll allow you to take out your light source,
Okay.
light it, and put it in some sort of holding situation in your hand or at your feet or something.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Something like that.
All right, roll 20 has completely locked up. So let me go ahead and restart that real quick.
Okay.
Thank God it doesn't script turn order. So what I can do for you now is you emit light.
Woohoo! I will now be more of a target. Is my flame exposed enough to possibly try and burn the book?
All right. So I'm just double checking real quick. Okay, so you should see way better now.
Yeah, it's so much
Perfect.
better.
So much better. So you have used your action. However, you still have movement available. You could try to squeeze into this spot should you so choose.
Yes.
Or
the things.
you could attempt to flee.
Oh.
Since the tiny critter is on this edge, I would have them do an opportunity attack with disadvantage. Or if you have a bonus action that you would like to use, that is another option. Or
What?
you can just prepare for your next turn.
What is a bonus action besides moving?
So in your turn, you have 3 things that you can do. You can do an action, movement, and a bonus action.
Mhm.
Action is going to be things like using an item, hiding, disengaging, casting spells that have a cast time of 1 action, etc. Movement's movement, and you can split it up. And then your bonus action is typically something really, really small.
Okay.
So some spells have a casting time of bonus actions. Various class features, spells, and abilities let you take certain characteristics. So, 1 second. So you might have a spell that has a cast time of a bonus action. You might have a class ability. You might have a...
Oh, yeah. Those things.
So, for example, I believe bards have a level 1 bardic inspiration feature. If you truly wanted to give someone bardic inspiration, you could do that as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Or nothing. You do have limited bardic inspiration, so it is entirely up to you.
Yeah, I could inspire somebody. Although I wonder if we might need that later.
Who would you like to inspire?
Who's next?
And are you...
I would like to inspire Berkeley with a rousing bagpipe rendition.
Rousing bagpipes, yes.
So your hands are rather full.
Oh, that's true.
So you kind of mime it. You kind of it's like air guitar. You did air bagpipes with the torch. You kind of almost burn yourself a couple times, but the fact that you didn't hurt yourself was the most inspiring part of all. So once in the next 10 minutes, Berkeley can roll a die and add the number to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. So I believe that is a D6.
Okay.
Oh, it's got a counter thing for my bardic inspiration, so I got 2 more left.
Excellent. I'm just double checking bardic inspiration. Yeah. Yep, it is a D6 until you hit 5th level. Perfect. So you have that banked, Berkeley.
Hello. Wait, doesn't a crucifix go before me?
Yes, the crucifix is going to go. So you have the crucifix kind of pinned in the corner. And since the book is a space away, the crucifix does not have advantage on you, which is rather fortunate.
Okay.
The crucifix is essentially going to try to stab you.
Wah, wah.
So it swings down. And, it misses. So it swings down, and it actually goes right between your arm and your ribs. Just like when you were a kid and you pretended to be stabbed.
Yeah.
It kind of slid in there. And for a moment, you think you just got stabbed. And then you're like, what the hell? And it pulls out, interloper! It shrieks at you. I know what you did in the brothel! Your crimes are known to us!
So I'm gonna just go, and I'm gonna whip around and look at the candlestick, and I'm going to cast.
So the candlestick is in the upper left.
Candlestick.
Book is in the upper right.
Crucifix.
The statue and the crucifix. Okay.
Sorry. So the crucifix, I'm going to look at the crucifix, and I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
Ooh, go ahead and roll it. Oh, wow. Okay. What happens on a save with Sacred Flame? Is it a 0 or is it half?
I think it's half, but let me double check. Flame-like. The target must succeed on a dexterity or take 1d8 radiant damage. The target gains no benefit for cover or this. No, I think you don't take it.
All right. So it's a little floaty thing. It's pretty agile. So it just sort of all over the place, and your flame, it lights up the room briefly and dissipates. And then the crucifix kind of wiggles in the air like it's taunting you.
I got nothing.
Turnabout is fair play.
I got nothing left, do I?
If you attempt to move, you'll incur an opportunity attack.
Okay.
If you have a bonus action, you're welcome to use it. And you will have your bardic inspiration for 10 minutes.
Okay.
So you can't use it for saving throw based attacks, but if you have an attack that's based on a attack roll, you could apply it to that in the future.
Okay. Cool. Then I'm done.
All right. The candle goes for Beatrice again. And this time it hurts. It's learned, don't try to swing for her. It actually goes right above her, and it sensuously tips and drips hot wax on her.
Not in the fur.
Where's the safe word in this?
Yeah, safe words are important.
So it cakes in her fur, and you take 4 fire damage, Beatrice.
Oh, dang.
Ouch.
Have at ye, it says. The book makes another pass at Blue. Oh, and it misses. It got cocky. It actually buzzes for your mohawk, but your mohawk is hair, so it just kind of to the side, and the book has clearly misjudged how high you are. So it flies over your head.
Can't judge a book by your
Blue.
cover, can ya?
Blue, your moment has come.
That's right. If I had, let's see.
No, that's gonna take too long.
I don't have enough martial arts skills to knock the candle into the book yet. God damn it. Fucking books. I would reason with it, but I have a -1 persuasion. So, I don't know. All I can do is holler insults. Alright, I must stab you again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just thwack it. Go ahead and roll damage. Oh, man. So, Book is having a hard time. Book is having a bad day. You notice that most of its pages have fallen out into a pathetic little pile on the floor, and it's almost heaving, like it's breathing hard.
I'm gonna
In the
use your
air,
insides
struggling.
I'm gonna use your insides for valuables!
Of course you would, you bandit thief! You ruffian!
That's the old me. Once again, judging a book by its damn cover. You are nothing but a walking, talking, stereotypist.
Well, I never. And the book slams closed. The statue goes for Beatrice because it's kind of stuck in there. And it misses again. It thwacks, and it actually attacked her her hammer, and just goes thunk, and it bounces off. What treachery is this? Not even your form can be trusted. All right, Gerald Pancakes.
So where's the book?
It's up in the right
So
corner.
the book is up here behind Blue.
Okay, can I go up to it and just like poke it with a candle?
You could move here, and you could wield a candle in one hand and a melee weapon in your other hand. You could have the candle in your offhand, should you so choose.
Well, I want to light it on fire. But I don't know how to make that into an attack or a roll.
Well, we can certainly look. This would fall under improvised weapons.
Yes, it would.
You okay?
Calendar fell off the wall.
An object that bears no resemblance to a weapon deals 1d4. All right, so all right, so roll just a regular d20 for me, please.
Okay. D20, regular old style. Oh.
All right. Oh, you kind of swing, but it's a candle. It's not a weapon you're familiar with because it's not a weapon. So you just go, eh, and the book shifts out of the way. The flames lick it, but it's like when you put your hand through it, you can't feel it.
Okay.
How dare you bring fire to this holy place? To burn a book is an act of censorship from a god of all people.
You know your best friend is a candle, right?
I think we stumbled upon the beast's castle.
I was gonna say earlier, it's like, where's the beast? Like, if it was a talking grandfather clock with clocked.
You have 8 o'clock.
Beatrice, you are now sandwiched between a candle and a statue, and they both hate you.
Uh-oh.
What do you do?
I want to try to reason with them because they're not really hurting me very much. I mean, the candle kind of did. Mostly pissed me off.
I mean, you can try.
How's your persuasion?
Not great.
Tell me, So
I wanna.
here's my question for you. Okay. How fervently, well, you know what? What do you tell the candle and the statue? What is it that you say?
I say. Fuck, I don't know what I say. I say, what is it that you want from us? Can't you let us pass?
We are the guardians of the tomb. We do not let any chaotic, violent entities despoil it. Leave!
We are kind of chaotic and violent, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think like there's not a lawful person among you. You know that, right?
I used all my action, right?
No. If all you're going to do is say "let us pass," I will let you do that as a bonus action.
Okay.
If you would like to make a more, if you want to say "let us pass" and see what they say, bonus action. If you would like to make a more intense attempt to win them over, you could do so with the check, and that would take your action, or you can windmill slam a hammer on them. The choice is yours.
Yeah, so yeah. That was enough for me, so I'm gonna take my warhammer. Yeah, I guess I'll go two-handed at the candle. And
All right, go ahead.
what's up?
Oh man, you just whoosh, right past it. The candle, it almost looks offended.
You beat
Like
that.
the candle doesn't even move. Your hammer just swings past it, and then it goes, see, I knew you were truly a violent pest. Be gone.
Yup.
The crucifix turns itself, and it comes at Berkeley in a kind of hammer motion.
The crucifix is coming at me, right? Is what you said?
Crucifix is coming. Oh, you got lucky.
Oh,
You
no.
got lucky. If Gerald Pancakes had not moved where he was, you would have gotten crit, and it might have dropped you.
Oh, God.
You got lucky. So it got fancy with its little hammer motion, and you duck, and it swings itself around, and it just keeps going towards the wall. It's disoriented. Very lucky, Berkeley.
Okay.
And now it's your turn.
All right.
You've narrowly avoided being hammered with a crucifix. What do you do now?
So I'm not near the crucifix now, it looks like.
The crucifix is literally in the same square as you because it's tiny.
Okay, right. Okay, I see.
So you actually have it kind of in the corner there.
So I'm gonna think about it and realize that whale, clearly magic is not gonna work as much as I thought it did. So I'm gonna take the horn and I'm gonna stab it because I'm done and I just want to get out of here.
stab away. Yeah. Yeah, you
Finally.
stab it. It shrieks. Go ahead and roll damage.
To roll damage, you just click on the horn in the chat, right?
Yep.
Cool.
So you notice, and I'm just going to ask you to look at the description of the weapon in chat.
Yep.
But you notice that it does particularly good. It sinks into the crucifix. You Lance of Longinus, this thing. It's slipped in like butter, and it shrieks and it wails, and it howls, and it wavers. It if it could bleed, it would be bloodied right about now. It does not look happy with you.
Okay, Berkeley's gonna break out into a cold sweat because that's not really intent, but also what the fuck? And just kind of like hold it there, like wincing, like should I pull it out? Should I leave it? Like you probably
just used a unicorn horn to stab a statue of a crucified humble folk, and it's screaming about how you're burning it. So I'm just gonna let you sit with that image for a while. And
To be fair, it attacked first. I did not. I'm just finishing a fight.
the candle spirals above Beatrice's head and tries to drip wax, but misses because that's a hard thing to do a couple feet in the air. So you notice that just this white goo spatters on the floor around Beatrice's feet.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
It's wax. Calm down, children. The book, all right. Does a 12 hit your armor, Blue? What's your DC? Or what's your armor class?
It's a 12.
That would be a hit. So the book chomps again. It goes right on your nose. It aimed a little bit lower this time. You take 4 bludgeoning damage.
My booper.
So Blue, what are you going to do? Your booper has been bopped, and now the book is bobbing in front of you.
I didn't have a problem with books before this, but I don't know. All of a sudden, I understand book burnings.
No wonder people are illiterate.
You know what? Fuck you, blah.
Yeah, that hits the book. Damage. So you slice the book down its spine, and it flutters to the ground, and it is dead. You killed a book.
Is it
Are
still
you happy with yourself?
is it still like pages and a cover, or has it poofed?
It has not poofed. It basically 2 halves of the cover fell onto a pile of battered pages, and it is still.
Okay. Well, that's not the end of the world.
Yeah, you can't hide a flask in it anymore.
Well,
No,
I can scrounge.
that book is super dead.
I was just talking big, anyways.
All right. Anything else, Blue?
I guess I'm going to. I can take a 5. If I take a 5-foot step here, is that going to incur a attack of opportunity?
Given that the statue is next to the door and it's tiny, I'm going to allow you to move without incurring an opportunity attack.
All right.
So if you want to move up 1 square, that's fine.
Okay, and that'll be that.
All right. So the statue shimmies over to better flank Beatrice.
Coming for me.
Oh, yeah, it hits.
Oh, man.
So it noticed that the book aim for the nose. It's like aiming for the horn in Pokemon, guaranteed hit. So it just goes bonk right in there, and Beatrice takes 5 bludgeoning.
Oh, 5 bludgeoning.
Have at thee! You had your chance to leave. Jill Pancakes. You just saw Blue murder a book and a badger get booped by a statue. What do you do next?
I'm going to sneak up behind the statue and goose it with a shocking grasp.
All right, spell save DC against.
Shock.
Make a melee spell attack against the target. You have advantage if the target is wearing armor made of metal. So the crucifix is metal, but the statue is stone. So let's see. That's weird because it says the spell save is 13, but it says roll an attack roll.
Yeah.
Can you click on, if you go to your character sheet, I'm just going to take a quick peek here because I'm nosy. All right. So if you go to your character sheet on the core page under attacks, you should see shocking grasp at the top of the list. And if you click that, it should roll the attack roll with all of your bonuses.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. You just shocked right in there. Go ahead and roll damage, please.
It was a good goose.
In the shocker.
And now it can't take reactions. So, yeah, it looks like you took off a good chunk of health. Well, I never! How dare you! And it swings around. It is displeased. Anything else you'd like to do?
Oops.
Just kind of grin and giggle.
All right. Well, you've gotten to first base with the statue. Beatrice, what would you like to do?
Who is the candle still above me? Or is the
So the candle, it's tiny. It's zipping around a bit. For 2D map purposes, it's right here. So it's kind of at head height next to you, and then you have the statue behind you.
statue behind me? I'd like to go for the candle because it's the one that's annoying me the most.
Yeah, you have this like white stripe marring the black fur on your head.
Very.
You're gonna have questions to answer when you go back into town.
So I'd like to use my one-handed warhammer and then equip my hand axe in the other hand. Can I do that?
Yes. So I believe what we decided on last time is that you could use the one-handed as your attack, your action, and then you could use the hand axe as a bonus action, meaning it would not have any of your bonuses applied, so none of your the hit bonuses. So go ahead and swing with your primary weapon. Oh, that whiffed. You threw yourself off balance. Maybe some of the wax, touched your eye.
Ooh.
So go ahead and roll a d20, just a regular d20 for your offhand.
Oh, I went to the wrong screen. Sorry.
That actually hits. So you go over and miss, and then you swing up in a classic pincher, except that's not what a classic pincher is at all. You know that. So let's see. It's your hand axe that you're using for that, right?
Yeah.
So with your hand axe, roll a 1d6.
D6.
All right, you hit. So all of the items, they're still kicking. They're a little slowed. They're a little battered. and they're very unhappy. The crucifix wrenches itself off the horn. How dare you! I knew thy wert a foul necromancer. And it's gonna come at you. Just an 11 hit.
Are you talking to me, DM?
Berkeley, yes.
Okay. My armor class is a 14.
All right. So it swish and it almost gets kind of caught in your hood and tumbles away.
Okay.
So you have a disoriented, stabbed crucifix that is calling you mean names. What do you do?
I'm gonna be like, and kind of shake it out to make sure that there's nothing else left in there, and then I'm gonna narrow in on the crucifix with my horn in one hand, and I'm going to try and cast Sacred Flame again, or not Sacred Flame? Yes. Or no, sorry. Guiding Bolt. Or yeah, no, sorry. Sacred Flame. I'm topsy-turvy today. Apologies, y'all.
Okay, so you're doing Sacred Flame the cantrip.
Yes, correct.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
I did.
All right, and they're going to do their... Oh, okay. So it maybe because it was disoriented, it tries to tumble out of the way, and it fails. And it is officially what we would call bloodied in a living creature. So it shrieks and it cowers a little bit in the corner, and you swear that the eyes of the figure on the crucifix narrow at you just a little bit more.
And I slightly howl in fear, but I have to remember it's an inanimate object and just hope it goes quietly to its death. But I end my turn.
All right. So the candle, aka the nemesis of Beatrice.
We're gonna need to pick that shit out later, and it's not gonna be pretty.
It tries going underneath, and it hits you in the chin. It goes right between your two weapons, and it hits you in the chin, and you have just a smear running down your chin as you take 3 damage.
Ouch.
As it slowly but surely works at you.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You keep trying to kill it.
It started it.
Yeah, to be fair, we didn't start this, but I guess we're gonna finish it.
We didn't start the fire.
I mean, you only took down 1 so far, so let's not get cocky. Blue, you are working with Beatrice to kind of corner a malevolent candle. It just smeared white goo on Beatrice's chin, and she apparently didn't like that. What would you do?
I'm getting very enraged over here.
I'ma do what I do best and try to stab you.
Woo!
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Ah!
The candle is not looking good. You shave off. It's like when you're a little kid and you're playing with it, and you just kind of shave off like a third of the wax, and it tumbles to the floor. And you see the candle kind of waver as it adjusts to its new weight in the air. How dare you! Do you do anything else?
I don't think so, because I can't think of a good way to reason with it.
All right. The statue, having been freshly zapped, has spun around, and it is now going after our poor peacock bard.
Uh-oh.
It floats over his head and just goes thump,
Aw.
and does a 16 hit. What's your AC?
Ooh.
13.
Yeah, you get 2 piercing damage.
Oh,
How
rude.
All right, and you're very lucky that you took that for Berkeley. All right.
God.
What do you do, Gerald?
Thanks,
You just got
I know, I kind of want to boop it back, but also crucifix. Is it next to Berkeley?
it's in the corner. It'd be tough for you to reach it.
Okay, so it's hard to reach? All right.
Yeah,
then
the statue is right there. The crucifix would be tough.
Okay, then I am going to shockingly grope the statue again.
It is groped. Roll damage.
Nice.
So the statue, you see significant portions of it crumble away. It's just the cherub's head at this point.
Take that.
Just this tiny little thing, probably the size of a golf ball,
Oh, really tiny.
scowling at you and floating. You've almost destroyed it.
Okay.
Beatrice,
Me.
you heard zapping and squawking behind you, and you have what is still searing hot wax dripping down your face. What do you do?
I am so mad at this candle. I'm gonna use my warhammer and then my hand axe again.
All right. Oh man, you just managed to hit it with your hammer. Go ahead and swing damage or roll damage. The candle is malformed. You've kind of flattened it into a disc, but it's still standing. Go ahead and roll your second attack, just a d20.
Nice.
And your hand axe cuts it in half, and the candle falls. The 2 halves of the disc fall onto the pile of wax, and it is no more.
Woo!
My rage is
So-
appeased.
So you've successfully killed a book and a candle.
We're true warriors.
The crucifix comes after Berkeley again. And again, it whiffs.
Oh God.
So it almost like makes a bunch of false starts. Like it can't decide on a good angle of attack, because no matter what it does, you seem to just move or twitch or something. You're very twitchy.
Yes.
What do you do in return?
All right. I'm just gonna fuck it. I'm gonna stab it again with my unicorn horn.
Go for it. That's a hit. Roll.
And hopefully it kills it, because I'm done. I'm gonna keep
Roll
going.
your.
I did.
All right. Yeah. You stab right through it, and it makes a dramatic. And then the poor crucified creature dies.
Well, I mean,
Again.
you were already dead. So, in my defense, I just put you back in your place. And I'm gonna call that good.
Yeah, candle's gone. Crucifix is gone from the turn order. So, Blue, the 2 items next to you have now been murdered. All that remains is a tiny floating statue head in the corner between Beatrice and Gerald.
I know, I kind of want to catch it. So, I don't know.
But I don't know how good I am at catching shit. What was that?
That would be a pretty high dex, but you
Yeah.
can try.
I don't. No. Oh, son of a beach. All right, whatever. I'm going to step and whack it.
Maybe it's because it's so small. Maybe it's because you're trying to awkwardly fit between your two friends, but you just whoosh, right past. It's like you're trying to fan it. So the statue didn't even notice what you did. It has just been zapped twice by the bird, and it's going to fling itself at the bird. Oh boy.
Come on, then.
Okay. It hits you right in the eye, and you take 6 bludgeoning.
Ow!
I can do math. Thank you.
Are you gonna need an eye patch?
You don't
Yeah,
know.
it just
I do it needs to be sparkly.
Yeah, I kind of hope he gets an eye patch.
are you gonna take that shit from a cherub statue?
Nope. I'm gonna take both my winged hands and try to choke the shit out of it with a shocking crack.
Ah! Nice, nice.
So it crumbles. You just squeeze and squeeze, and it crumbles to dust.
Ah,
Nice.
that's probably more of
And
this.
the poor thing is no more. Each of you are awarded 50 points of experience for murdering the book and the candle, etc., etc.
Yay!
Yeah.
Tail faggot feather.
Our murder list so far is a little strange.
Can I-
Deer. Book.
Uh-oh.
Bloody unicorn, a mutant deer, Beauty and the Beast characters.
Is there a way? Can I pick up the pages and stick them in one of my my backpack?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Go ahead and add stack of despoiled book pages to your materials.
Despoiled?
Despoiled.
Despoiled. Okay.
Gerald Pancakes would like to try and help Beatrice pick the wax out of her fur.
Thanks.
My beak is very good for fine preening and.
No, I don't have any spells left. Never mind.
Beatrice is just kind of grumbling and trying to get it out. And
Gerald Pancakes is like got his beak up there, like going.
she's not
So-
touting that she didn't like smash right away, but she might be touting that she didn't like smash everything right away.
All right. So that's the animate objects. That's the closest image I could find.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna. Before we move anywhere, can I take a closer look at the crucifix? Do I notice anything do I notice anything about it that would recall any memories or anything?
So you take a peek at it, and it's a pretty standard crucifix. It's an old religion,
Okay.
but not a wholly unfamiliar or alien one. It's just something that fell out of favor. You couldn't name who the person is who was crucified. There were quite a few tortured to death, gods and whatnot in the past. So it seems like a pretty normal religious relic.
Cool. I'm gonna finger guns my way out of that one.
Okay.
Do we have
Can you go ahead and roll an inspection for me, Berkeley?
Okay. Where is it? Okay, inspection. That would be under.
Is that investigation?
Investigation?
Yeah. Sorry. All right. So you notice that this crucifix, it's a little warped,
Okay.
but it is in fact made of silver.
Huh.
And to the right buyer, a 1 foot tall statue of silver could be worth a good chunk of money.
Mhm.
well, it's dead and I killed it, so it's rightfully mine. I'm going to take it. I done worked real hard for that.
Are we able to take a short rest to heal up, or should I try and
You could take a short rest. A long rest would be difficult, but a short rest is fine.
Okay.
Should we perhaps clear the space that we're in to make sure that there's no, I don't know, that it is safe to take a rest there? Or
for a short rest, it's only like 60 minutes or
okay.
so.
Gotcha.
So
Right. Bloop, we can sit.
as long as you're all just kind of sitting and looking around, I would allow it.
Dr. DM, am I able to?
Yes.
I'm able to spend a hit dice, right, to regain health?
Yes, you can spend hit die to regain health.
Do I have to actually roll the hit die, or can I get that whole 8 health back?
You have to roll, my friend.
Okay. Maybe I want to do the, where'd it go? Song of Rest. So at second level, I can use soothing music to help me and allies. And it says if you're spending a hit die, you also gain an extra 1d6 hit points.
Is that for a long rest or a short rest? Or either?
Let's see. During a short rest.
Perfect, yeah. Yeah.
Everybody
all I can
take that.
all I can imagine is the seagull during the kiss the girl scene. It's going wah, 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 wah.
Hey, oops,
Okay, I just got back to that.
You're welcome.
Dr. DM, benevolent DM. During this short rest, do I gain back any spell slots? Because right now I'm at 0.
Oh, right.
So, let me see.
I don't think I do, but it doesn't hurt to ask.
I actually haven't used any of my first level spells yet. That cantrip was handy.
All right. So, questions first. Druids, bards, clerics, rangers, paladins, knights, and tricksters reset on a long rest.
Okay.
The only ones who regain spell slots on a short rest are warlocks. So no spell slots, but you still have access to all of your fun cantrips.
Yep.
As far as hit die, you can spend up to half your hit die. You do roll to regain the health, and then just add it to your sheet. And then for Jill Pancakes, it is a D4 that gets added.
D6 for health, right?
Well, hit die varies by class.
Mm-hmm.
So Beatrice is going to have a bigger hit die, but Song of Rest will be consistent across everyone. Okay, it's a 1d6 extra for anyone who regains hit die with their hit.
Gotcha.
Points.
My hit dice says a D8.
Yep. So you would roll a D8 and a D6, and that is what you would recover.
Okay.
So Blue, you get 3 from your D8. Go ahead and roll a D6 to add to that.
Nice.
Yes, it does.
Oh, what the balls.
All right. 4. Jeez, girl. Beatrice, go ahead and roll your D6 to add to that.
Oh.
No.
No.
It is not your day.
Well,
Berkeley, by some
I think I can spare the dying.
spare the dying, I don't think you need to do at the moment.
No, I'm just saying if she fouls, I can save her.
I do have cure wounds, but you would have to ask me to do it because Gerald wouldn't think of that on his own.
I'm at 18. What are other people at?
15.
Blue is full, Berkeley's full, and yeah, everyone's full except you. But you still have more health than anyone else, Beatrice.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll save it. I feel
think-
like more wax is gonna hit the fans.
Yeah.
I was gonna
All right. So, you're in a room that you haven't really had a chance to investigate since you were attacked by random objects. There is a closed stone door to the north, and then you have open hallways to the left and right that you can just make out as opening into vaguely circular rooms. What would you like to do?
I still have my candle,
Yes, you do.
so I can see things.
I'm gonna inspect the walls and see if I notice anything.
And I'd like to use perception in the room that we're in.
All right.
Beatrice
So
is still
you
something.
notice
You saw the shit out of that.
it is fairly dusty. The walls are pretty empty. However, you notice that for basically the southern half of the room, I'm just going to draw a quick shape to illustrate. You notice that this part of the room where you've been running around and swinging your feet and whatnot, you notice that all of the dust and grit on the floor has been disturbed, and there's really colorful tiles on the floor.
Ooh.
Mm.
I could use my tail feathers to sweep.
Shake your tail
good.
feathers.
Do I need
So
to
you
sweep effective?
you shimmy and twerk while the others watch,
Please say
and
shake your
a
tail feathers.
mosaic.
Shake your tail feathers.
Show me what you got.
And
Like that.
at the end of your gyrations, a mosaic has been revealed. It's actually really intricate. It shows a hedge knight, no pun intended, atop a glorious white charger rearing. The sun is streaming down on him, and he is piercing the heart of what looks like a enemy knight. But you've never seen armor like that before. You've never seen a person with proportions like that before. He's stabbing it with his lance, and then you see that there's some text on the bottom, and it vaguely looks like common. You can kind of read it, but some of the words are so old that you can't make sense of them. What you can make out is chide, knight, frost, and king.
Hmm.
You also notice some of the tiles have been scratched. There are scratches on the tiles going across the floor like that.
Ooh.
Oh, so maybe there's something in the hall to the right.
Y'all.
Oh, I think my brain kind of. Ooh, I used my brain too much on that one.
I mean, it's been a rough day.
Yep.
You guys want me to
Blue,
meet Shield again?
You have the you gander on the double doors in addition to the floor, and you notice that the heavy stone doors up here, they're streaked with damp, like there's those little lines of kind of algae, and there's an inscription in the door. It's been really deeply carved in the door, and it just reads, "The most dear."
Dear DEAR.
Yeah, we have to specify here.
Dear as in precious.
Okay.
Oh.
No more dear
Close.
fetuses.
Well, we should probably leave this one for the last place to look, please.
You know, there really wasn't all that out of character for Blue, really. So
Super out of character.
I'm pretty realized. Alrighty, so well, with the there's the most deer in front of us here, so there's probably something very, very precious. I'm guessing whatever is buried here, or whomever I should say, something has been coming in and out of the doorway to the east. So let's at least start to the west, and for I guess everyone, the way that Beatrice is, let's go down that way, and then
Okay.
kind of see what's going on. But there might be some cool stuff in here.
I
Lead
like
the way.
All right, boop boop boop. Scuttle past Beatrice.
Did I go the right way?
Whoa.
So you enter a room. It's a circular room. There are stairs in the northeast corner going down, and in the southwest corner, there's a white marble statue of a fair maiden. Long flowing hair. Upon her brow, there's a star kind of carved in.
Aw.
And she's posed facing the stairs with her finger raised to her lips as if she's asking you to be quiet. She is beseeching you to be quiet. I said facing the stairs, not looking at the stairs, because she's actually blindfolded. There's a black cloth wrapped around the statue's head covering her eyes.
Does Gerald recognize her?
That is a very, well, where is Gerald?
I think he's under Beatrice.
Beatrice.
All right, Beatrice, may I move you over a bit?
Yeah.
That is a very familiar sight to you, Gerald.
Yes, that's my lady. That looks like my lady.
Your
It does
lady.
indeed.
I think she's telling you to be quiet.
Yeah, be very, very quiet. Creeping.
Am I supposed to?
Who wants to lead the way in there, by the way?
I can do it.
Okay.
I'd say we let the tank do it because the tank has hit points and I can always bring them back.
Are we going downstairs or to the other hallway?
We're heading
You have
to,
stairs
this-
going down. These stairs are absolutely pristine. They are clean, they are dry. There's not a scrap of dust on them. And then there is a door opening up that looks like Beatrice and Blue have
They've already
run
gone.
in.
I guess we're going.
All right.
All right.
Quietly, though.
So you enter what looks almost like a little chapel. There are wooden pews, and they all appear to be decaying. They look like they were once super hella nice, and now they're not. Now they look like they are just rotting away, dilapidated, kind of sad, really. Up front, you see a statue on a stone altar. The statue is holding a thick red candle, and wax has dripped down from the candle onto the altar. There's a velvet cloth, but it looks almost greasy with disintegration.
Is the candle ominously thick?
The candle is not ominously thick. The only other thing that you see in the room, there is a wooden door in the northeast corner and a ragged tapestry on the west wall.
I'm gonna go to the tapestry and take a look at it.
What do you do?
Can I tell like what is it other than being ragged? What is being shown on the tapestry?
So what you see is essentially the gates of heaven. It is a depiction of Shurchide, our hedge night, and he has apparently passed the gates into the Amaranthine and is meeting the creator deities of good and being rewarded for his good deeds. He's kind of being blessed with a hand upon his brow.
Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna lift up the tapestry and see if there's anything under it.
Oh, that's nice.
You lift
What you
up
got
the
under
tapestry. You lift up the tapestry and you notice that there is a wooden door.
the hood? Da-da-da!
Good looking.
Do you want me to bust through?
let's try and do it the diplomatic way. I'm gonna try and open the door, just
Are you
like
gonna knock?
turning the.
No.
You turn the handle ever so politely,
Check for
and
check.
you notice that the door is locked, and the wood of the door seems to be pretty swollen.
It's swole.
Oh, well, that's not great.
Can I do a perception check?
Yeah, I don't know what I would do in that.
You can certainly do a perception check if you'd like to roll one. So, Beatrice, you've realized that the door is in fact made of wood, and you know that a locked door does not open when you turn the handle. You do think that being under the tapestry may have protected the door a little bit, but you think that there's a really good chance that that door has rotted a little bit due to the damp and time, just like the pews have.
If I like,
You've
DM,
seen
if I,
better
like, oh, sorry. DM, if I like press on, if I like press on the door, does it like feel like it's stuck or it's bulging or like I mean, obviously it's bulging, but does it feel like
feels like a old rotten door that's been locked? It doesn't budge from gentle pressure, but you're not confident in the structural integrity of the door either.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna turn to Beatrice and be like, you know what? Yes. Why don't you let it down? And then I'm gonna step aside.
Go ahead, step aside, and then Beatrice, what do you do to the door?
I kind of do a little shuffle step and then ram my shoulder into it.
Wait,
Go ahead.
Here's
Athletics check.
That's a missed opportunity for a here's Johnny moment.
So you run up to the door and you kind of wham, and you feel it give. You hear a couple cracks, like the wood splintering, but it just wasn't quite enough.
Can I do it again?
Yeah.
Why don't you use your warhammer?
Oh, can I use my warhammer?
Yeah, you could roll an attack with your warhammer.
Do you have an axe?
Oh, I do.
Oh yeah, there's that.
I do favor my warhammer, but did you say that, Pancakes?
I
Don't
did.
you have an axe? Oh yeah, I do. I do have an axe.
You do. I asked you about it.
Your Pancakes keeps disappearing under Beatrice. It's distressing.
I'm still trying to get the wax out of her fur.
In my business.
Okay. So yeah, you thwack it, and it's already been splintered a bit, and the wood just kind of bleh, and you're able to kind of elbow your way through. And this is where we find out how fluent I am. Can you see that?
It's a room, I think. Or a closet.
I am very worried for that corner.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Uh-oh.
There's a corner.
From my direction.
Oh.
All right, Beatrice, you enter a room.
Oh no!
Oh no! That looks ominous.
Can I leave the room?
Back where we came.
Back away.
So you ran into a hidden room in the noisiest way possible. And you find yourself in it almost looks like a bedroom or an office. So this room, to the south, you see what is a moldy writing desk. It's decaying wood, similar to the pews, a delicate angel motif, and a series of drawers. You see that up in the corner, the wall has actually collapsed, and there seems to be a tunnel. And sitting in the tunnel, chewing on something, is a worm-like creature.
Oh.
You notice that due to all of the tunneling, some of the flagstones in the floor have been disrupted, but you don't have a chance to investigate them further. The worm thing almost looks like a giant tongue.
Oh,
Ew.
Do we see the whole worm thing or just? Well, I'm kind of like too far behind to see anything actually.
worm
Ew.
tongue.
So you
Yep.
see the worm tongue, and at that point, Beatrice, Gerald, Pancakes, and Berkeley, you're gonna need to roll initiative.
Oh
That makes sense.
no. Okay.
That checks out.
That makes sense.
It does.
I forget where initiative is.
Middle top of
Oh,
core
there we go.
sheet.
Holy shit, this is the first time I've rolled well on initiative.
Nice.
All
Now
right.
let's give it a licking.
Ah.
All right. So, Blue, you hear crashing as the door is smashed open. You hear echoing footsteps as they walk through the short hallway into the room. You hear a couple gasps, and then you hear a
Oh.
Yeah.
Grilled Pancakes. You are first up. There is a giant ravenous tongue facing you, and it looks hungry.
Well, I find it very shocking. I would like to shock it back.
All right, so I believe that's a touch-based.
It's a
Are you
15-foot
doing Thunder Wave or are you doing Shocking Grasp?
thunder wave.
All right, that's
Step a little bit
15
away
foot.
from my friends.
Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw you a cube. So Thunder Wave is a
Thank you.
15-footer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, come on. 1 second. It's polygon. Draw shape. Yay, shapes.
Yay, shape.
So this square
Mm-hmm.
is the size of your Thunderwave. It is a 15-foot cube. It sweeps out from you, so you can be on the edge of the cube, but you get to pick where you are on the edge of the cube.
Okay, I would like the worm to be in the cube.
I'd like to be in the cube. So you could orient it this way, this way, this way, this way, etc. So where would you like kind of the originating point of it to be?
From now it's starting to move. I'd like to be in the lower right-hand corner of the cube.
So you'd like it here?
Yes. That way my friends don't get hit. And I think there's let me see, does this cast at what level? I only have level 1. Oh.
I imagined when we walked into this room, it was like a, what's it called? Three Stooges, where we all just kind of like stacked on top of each other.
Wow, wow, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, Thunder Wave has a DC of 13 Constitution save. It does not save. So it takes 12 thunder damage.
Okay.
And then it's pushed 10 feet away from you, and it emits a boom audible to 300 feet.
God damn it!
God.
I never
So-
said it quiet.
The worm gets pushed down the tunnel, and you hear a scream, and then there's a rattling boom. The flagstones rattle from the noise at your feet. You notice in a few cases they shake, and there may even be some gleaming material underneath some of them.
That was a
You notice that dust shakes off the floor. There's drips of water from the ceiling. Blue, you've just heard the thunderous boom of what almost could be like a tropical storm in the other room. So it's just getting more and more interesting over there. The pews rattle in the room with Blue. Do you do anything else, Gerald?
I leave the room.
Mic
So,
drop.
We do have Berkeley and Beatrice on top of each other. Which one of you is further inside?
Can I
guess
just
me.
ramble over them?
I think I was behind Beatrice, to be honest.
Okay. So you can push your way through. I'll allow it. I'll allow it if you want to run out to like here.
Okay.
And then I think we had Berkeley. Okay, there we go.
Oh god.
All right.
Now what?
That was a baby, wasn't it?
So the worm screams.
Mm-mm.
You're not quite sure how it kind of rears and almost vibrates. And it starts moving. So I have to see how far it can go. So 10, 5, 10. All right. It runs
Oh,
up to
Jesus.
Beatrice, and you see it kind of flop around.
Oh Jesus.
It doesn't have the best
Mobility.
vision because it doesn't have eyes. It's just a tongue.
Ew.
And it licks Beatrice. All right. So it licks her. Okay. Very lucky. It licks Beatrice, and it mostly gets her pants like soggy and slippery and disgusting.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it didn't get any flesh. You notice that it does smell very acrid.
Uh-oh.
Beatrice,
That's me.
there is a worm in front of you that's licking you without your consent.
Nothing is okay. And I'm debating going into rage mode, but it doesn't help me against like any kind of acid attack, just bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. So I'm gonna save my rage, but I am gonna whip out my warhammer and then my hand axe. Bloop.
Oh, that's gone now too.
All right, your warhammer misses.
Meh.
So roll a d20 for me.
Haha.
Your hand axe, however, hits. So go ahead and roll a d6.
Wait.
No, you did it right. There we go. So it takes 3 damage, and it kind of lashes around. We haven't lost Blue completely, have we?
No, I'm still here, but I just wasn't sure like when I can move up because I'm technically not in the order.
So I'm going to let them get through this round. So Berkeley will go, and then I'll have you respond and roll initiative.
Bringing
Sure.
up the rear. Good
Yeah, no,
sport.
I was just
I'm a
waiting
good
patiently.
You're
I'm still here.
very patient.
Not all this.
So, Berkeley, you saw the worm. You can assume that that's what Beatrice is fighting. You can kind of get glimpses of its moist, fleshy writhings
Oh.
behind her. What do you do?
I am gonna cast Sacred Flame because I don't want to get near it because that's disgusting. It's gross. First I'm gonna scream like, oh, and then I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame.
All right. Let's see. Oh, it just dances out of the way. It's shocking. It's a tongue, and it seems almost like it's just as facile as a tongue in your mouth, which you're very aware of now that I've said it. So it kind of nimbly writhes and contorts itself. The flame dances by, and it rears almost like a cobra, flattening its fleshy, mottled musculature. So it doesn't like you. Do you move or anything, Berkeley?
I'm gonna like crouch. No, because there's no way. Because Beatrice is rather large in comparison to me, correct?
I think so.
If I tuck in any further back, then I
You
won't
wouldn't.
see anything.
You'd be able to move past her, but it is kind of in the way beyond that.
Yeah.
You could attempt to squeeze past into this square with difficulty. The other option, since you're a caster, is always to back up.
I'm gonna do
So-
that because that's gross. I'm backing up.
Okay. Yeah, Beatrice is meat shielding pretty hard for you right now, so you can move without incurring any opportunity attacks.
I'm gonna back up into this, like, by this pew over here. Why did it do that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Where do you move?
Like right around, like, I want to, like, try to go right on the corner and see if I can.
Oh, like in here?
Yeah, and see if I can just, like, peek over the corner. Like, you know how, like little kids, when they're, like, lying in wait for you?
Yeah.
Sort of, like, peeking around, being like, what you doing over there?
Yeah. All right, Blue. You've noticed your friends backing out of the room screaming, and you're hearing some really weird noises from the other room. How do you react to all of this?
Oh boy.
I'm going to truck on up to about, oh geez Louise. If I go to here, I can still aim with my short, or I can hit it with my short bow, right? Even
Yeah.
though I have a couple friends in between.
Yeah, you're pretty skilled. You could kind of kneel and go between their legs. I'd allow it.
Yeah, it's probably better than me trying to like jump up and do it above them. Or yeah.
If you miss, you're just gonna neuter Gerald.
Mhm.
Oh, God.
Oh, I need that. Very
All right.
important.
Alrighty, well, yikes. Blah.
Oh, it kind of skids like a skipping stone along the floor. You don't quite get it. Gerald, however, his cloaca is unmolested
Oh.
this time.
Goodness.
Oh.
So, Blue, go ahead and roll initiative, and we'll add you to the order.
Heard. Okay.
Guess you're staying where you were pre.
That's more totally works.
Pretty much staying put. It was destiny.
Yeah.
All right, Gerald Pancakes. Worm is still there, and Blue almost made it so you can't have chicks. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna go, hey, cut it out with that. And then I'm going to viciously mock the worm.
All right. Ooh, a wisdom save. Let's see how wise the worm is.
I'm assuming the worm can hear them, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I think worms don't have ears.
I would think that it maybe like felt it more than heard it. Like feeling
So-
the vibrations like a deaf a death beam.
So I'm just throwing this out. It got a crit.
Oh.
The vibrations of the vicious mockery, they hit the worm, and the worm was like, nah, I am a cunning linguist. This does not apply to me, and it shakes it off unfazed. So very unlucky.
I see what you did there.
I am a cunning linguist.
Oh.
Okay. Beatrice.
Oh.
Gosh.
The tongue, it rears back like a cobra, and then it lashes forward, and it slurps down your face, leaving this sticky trail of off-white yellow saliva. The smell is absolutely rancid.
Oh, Beatrice is gonna need a bath.
The tongue is almost like a shark skin.
Ooh.
And it's like you just got slapped with a wet cheese grater, and it rasps off as it goes. You can feel bits of your skin and fur being peeled off. You take 5 slashing damage and 1 acid damage, so a total of 6.
Thanks.
Yeah, screw this. I'm going into rage mode.
So before that, Beatrice, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Is it right in front of my face?
If you look in the upper left corner, it's to the right of your main stats. There's a little box that says saving throws. You'll just click dex in there. Oh, okay. Some of the acidic saliva stays on your face. Notice that there's big globules, and this makes you incredibly nervous. It is now your turn.
Yeah, so I'm upset. How do I use rage? Do I just say that I'm using it, or?
So for barbarian rage,
I can enter rage as a bonus action.
Yep. So you could go into a rage. It does not use your movement. It does not move your action. So you could go into a rage and attack. It does mean that you'd only get 1 attack because you used your bonus action. You won't have it left for your other attack. While raging, you'll have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. When you make a melee weapon attack using strength, you'll get a +2 bonus to the damage roll, and you'll have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. I'll note that slashing was what the tongue did to you on top of the acid.
Yep.
So would you like?
Earlier.
So will you be going into a rage, my dear?
Yes. Full rage. 100% rage. I mean, I just got licked by an acid tongue.
All right.
Name of your new band.
I am going to do it for you this time, but I'm just going to let you know, you have a rage count. So if you look on the core character sheet page, on the right-hand column about halfway down, there's rage. You have 2 rages. This will take you down to 1. In the dead center, don't edit your rage, young lady.
Oh, I'm very confused.
Okay, so what you're looking at right now, you're looking at the description of rage. If you look literally immediately of it, do you see 1 rage?
Don't edit your rage. I see now.
Yep. So I took 1 of your rage points because you basically used it. And then if you look dead center of that sheet where your attacks are, there's something called global damage modifier below your attacks. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check off rage damage, and that way it will automatically add your boost to all of your attacks while you're raged. We'll just have to make sure to turn it off when you're no longer raging. So you are now enraged. You can still move, and you can still make one melee attack.
I'm gonna use my hammer two-handed. Boom. Oh, son of a.
Unfortunately, that does not hit.
Wait.
So maybe some of the acid spit got into your eye, and you just and you swing. Does not hit this thing. Do you do anything else? Do you move at all?
Yeah, I'm gonna move to the side here so that my compadres have a better shot.
Okay. I'll allow it since it's a diagonal. You kind of push through, squeeze by, and now the worm has a free and open shot right at Gerald Pancakes.
Oh,
Uh,
My bad.
Berkeley,
yeah.
you don't know that Beatrice has left you completely wide open. So what do you do?
I'm gonna act as I would have if she were still there, and I'm gonna try and cast Sacred Flame again because
Okay.
I don't want to get in any closer.
So you will have to move to this space to do that.
Okay, I'll do that. I don't want to.
And then,
closer.
I mean, you can move there, cast, and then move out. That's fine.
Okay.
All
right.
But yeah, go ahead and cast Sacred.
All right. I will cast Sacred Flame. Come on. Did it? What are you doing, computer? Okay. Oh. Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
Come on.
So you are in place. Okay, man, you dexed. You cast the hell out of it. So let's run a quick check. Yeah, it is a super nimble thing. You're running into the problem where it's a dex save, and it's a very dexterous beast.
Okay.
So it kind of writhes.
Okay.
And the flame shoots past it. It almost ripples.
Uh-huh.
Like, if you saw a dancer do this, you'd be super impressed and slightly aroused. But on this giant tongue on the floor, it's just very disconcerting. Do you move anywhere else?
Well, I'm not going to do much from just, like, being in the back. And I don't know, Beatrice might need my help. She might need some, I don't know, help. I'll step in just a little bit closer because I'm a little bit terrified, but also what I'm doing isn't doing much help. So I'm going to, like, close my eyes and take a step in real quick, like, closer. Like,
all right.
Like, oh God, I'm going to die.
All right, so you take a step closer. Blue, you've just seen Berkeley do the bravest thing a possum has ever done.
Oh, gee. Wow. All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna just trundle on up here to here and try to shoot it again. Bloop. Oh.
That goes. You think it may have even ricocheted into the tunnel, and you hear just a faint down the tunnel.
Well, I saved your cloaca!
Thank you.
Gerald, what do you do?
All right, I see Berkeley just standing there in front of it. Like, I'm going to stand next to Berkeley because I want the attention.
So
hurting the worm.
You can't occupy the same space. You can attempt to squeeze past him here.
Okay.
Or you can do vicious mockery from back here. Okay, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Now what do you do? It's a giant undulating slimy tongue.
I would like to cast Thunder Wave, but not hit Beatrice.
That's going to be very hard to do with where you're at.
Mhm.
She's beefy. Hit her.
She doesn't have. Beatrice
Are
is
you, like-
below half health.
Yeah.
I don't want to hit Beatrice.
I don't know that.
Can I shove Berkeley out of the way and see where Berkeley is?
So, I'm not going to say you can't do anything, but it is possible that there is a cantrip or something else that might work really well instead, or
you're right,
I
I
don't
could-
know, a weapon of some kind.
I
You
don't
have
wanna
options
touch
that
it,
don't murder
though.
your friends. Just highlighting that.
So I can't make the 15-foot block with me in it and not damage myself.
It emanates from you. So let me pull up real
I see
quick.
what you mean. So I can't be in the square.
It sweeps out from you and originates from you, which I believe is interpreted as you can be at any point on the edge of the cube.
Can I stand next to Beatrice? Was
Let's
1,
see.
2, 3.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It would use all but 5 foot of your movement, but yes, you could do that and then push it up.
Okay, I would like to doing that.
All right, go ahead and cast your spell.
Okay, it's in the chat.
The Constitution save. Its Constitution is not nearly as good as its Dex. Oh, and it barely saves.
Okay,
Is it half
Perfect.
damage on a save?
half damage, so it's 1d8, which I don't.
So it actually
I won't-
already rolled it for you.
did.
1d8. You actually,
Eight.
it's 2d8. And you got a 5 and a 3. So
Oh.
it takes 4 damage. It's not looking good. You're starting to. You can't tell what's blood and what's acid spit.
Blood.
You know that it looks slimier than before, and you can see that there's some places where the skin has split, almost like it burst, like a zit, not like a slash. Let me pull up on a failed save. So since it's saved, it takes half as much damage and isn't pushed.
Yeah. So Berkeley's still screwed.
So Berkeley is still screwed. You notice that some of the flagstones have jittered around on the floor, and there's a few open gaps along the walls. You notice that the desk, a few books rattle off the desk as the sonic boom from the thunder wave goes through. And Blue, you notice that the candle on the stone altar, the boom actually knocked it to the floor. So very noisy. Anyone who didn't know that you were already here is now very aware of your presence.
Did no traps or anything happened when the statue fell off, did it?
No traps went off, but a very nice candle was potentially damaged.
Okay, well, I just didn't know if this was an Indiana Jones situation. Because the whole reason why I hadn't snatched it was because I didn't know if I needed to leave a weight or not. I was going to leave the little head there, but I mean, if it's just going to be laying there.
All right, so since you were the most recent one who hit it,
Yeah.
the worm shimmies over
Uh-oh.
and it tries to lick you.
Ooh.
Does a 15 hit?
It does.
You take 11 damage.
Fuck.
Ouch.
So go ahead and roll a dexterity save.
Okay, saving throws, dexterity, click.
Okay. So it feels awful. You can actually feel the feathers being plucked out of your skin, and then the later bits of tongue rasp over it and shave it off further. So you have this essentially a streak of bare, raw, abraded skin.
No.
But
I bleed my own blood.
but you manage to wrench away, and so you don't get that thick coating of sludge,
Ooh,
the way Beatrice did.
Mm.
my beautiful feathers. How dare you?
Beatrice, the
Hooray!
tongue is licking people who aren't you. Are you gonna let it get away with that?
No. Two hammer. Finally. Maybe.
All right, you swing the hammer down, and it curls up around the hammer on impact and shudders, and then it uncurls like the most hideous flower and lies dead.
Ooh. You got
So
it!
Hooray!
Hooray!
you've murdered it. However,
Oh no.
you have a glob of acid on your face.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
So while you are no longer in turn order, you are going to take another point of acid damage because you have acid on your face.
Makes sense.
So what would you like to do, such as deal with the acid on your face?
Do I have like there water in my water skin? Hope so.
There is.
I try to pour water on the acid and get it off of me.
Okay, so you are able to rinse it off gingerly. You actually kind of take the edge of your axe and the water, and in a little 1-2 action, kind of shave and rinse it. You're now free of the acid. Congratulations.
Woohoo!
Everyone gets 25 XP for
Excellent.
slaying the small aberration known as a worm tongue.
Nice. Ta-da! We did it. Oh, yeah.
I was just getting my ears perked or something. I don't know.
I guess that looks kind of about right for just after a battle. But yeah, so that all very much happened. Dungeons and Lickitongues, what a tasteful combination. Excuse me. We only just began our dungeon crawl, so tune in next week to see what happens next. Also, if you did happen to miss anything, you can always check back at whatever platform you were just watching this on, and previous streams that or you can get caught up on, and or just enjoy all over again. Yeah, get caught up. Sometimes we miss details. If you're enjoying the content and can spare $1 or more, please consider sending some dollars to the website down there, or even PayPal or Venmo at jinxdances.com. It helps me bring better content to you wonderful people. On that note, wonderful people are great at forgiveness, so please excuse me for missing the last couple of Thursday night streams. I've been dealing with some stuff IRL, including a second vaccination side effects, and was not able to bring you guys a proper live stream. Also, I will, for the time being, I will just be streaming on Monday nights, and you'll all be the first to know if that changes. So there won't be live streams on Thursdays for at least the time being. But yeah, we still have plenty of Humblewood adventures left. We got lots of parts. We're doing it. We are in the thick of it. So thank you so much for tuning in, and see you all next week, Monday, 8 p.m.